Have you ever woken up without knowing exactly why you're doing all this? Work, eat, sleep, repeat. And in the midst of this automatic routine, that uncomfortable question arises. What is the meaning of all this? If you've ever felt this way, you need to watch this video until the end, because we're going to dive into one of the deepest and most silent themes of modern psychology, the feeling of existential emptiness. We are living in a strange time. We've never had so much access to information, entertainment, and possibilities, but at the same time, never have so many people reported feeling so lost and purposeless. It's like we're sailing on an infinite ocean without a compass, without a destination, just floating. And the scariest part, many people don't even realize they're going through this until the emptiness becomes unbearable. The lack of meaning in life is not just an abstract philosophical question. It is a real painful experience that affects millions of people around the world. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, dedicated his life to studying this issue. He developed logotherapy, a therapeutic approach focused precisely on the search for meaning. And do you know what he discovered? That the search for meaning is the primary motivating force in humans, more important even than the pursuit of pleasure or power. But here's the problem. Our society has been built in a way that often distances us from this meaning. We are bombarded with messages that say, happiness lies in having more, consuming more, achieving more. And when we achieve these things, we realize that the emptiness is still there, perhaps even greater than before. It's like trying to satisfy hunger by eating paper. You fill your stomach, but you don't nourish your body. The experience of seeing no meaning in life manifests differently in each person. For some, it is a feeling of generalized apathy, a kind of emotional fog that makes everything seem gray and bland. For others, it is a constant restlessness, an internal voice that insists on asking, is this all there is? And then there are those who experience a deep void, as if there were a black hole inside their chest sucking out all their energy and motivation. What many people don't understand is that this lack of meaning is not necessarily a result of clinical depression, although it may be related. It is possible to be functionally well, fulfilling obligations, even smiling on social media, and still carry this feeling that something fundamental is missing. It's like being a competent actor in a play you didn't choose, following a script that makes no sense to you. Think with me. How many times have you done something just because everyone else was doing it? Chosen a career because it was expected? Maintained relationships out of convention? Bought things to fill a void? These are all attempts to find meaning in external places, and that is exactly where the danger lies. When we seek meaning outside of ourselves, we place our purpose in the hands of forces we do not control. Neuroscience also has fascinating things to say about this. Studies show that when we are engaged in activities we consider meaningful, specific brain areas are activated, releasing neurotransmitters related to well-being and satisfaction. Conversely, when we live on autopilot, disconnected from purpose, our brain enters an energy-saving state that can contribute to feelings of lethargy and discouragement. One of the cruelest aspects of a lack of meaning is how invisible it can be to others. You can be in a room full of people smiling, talking, but inside feel completely disconnected. It is an existential loneliness that has nothing to do with being physically alone, but with not feeling truly present in your own life. It's like watching your own existence through a screen, always from the outside, never truly diving into the experience. And there's something important we need to talk about. Our current culture doesn't help at all. We live in a time of toxic productivity, where our value seems to be tied to how much we produce, how much we achieve, how successful we appear to be. But success without meaning is one of the fastest routes to existential emptiness. You can have all the medals in the world and still wake up without knowing why you're doing any of it. Technology also plays a complex role in this story. On the one hand, it connects us with people and information from all over the world. On the other, it can disconnect us from ourselves. How many hours do we spend endlessly scrolling through feeds, consuming content we forget minutes later? It's a type of digital anesthesia that temporarily masks the void, but never truly fills it. It's like drinking salt water. It seems to quench your thirst, but it's actually making you thirstier. Another crucial factor is the loss of traditional structures of meaning. In the past, Religion, community, and well-defined social roles provided a clear sense of purpose for many people. You knew who you were and your place in the world. Today, we have much more freedom to define our own lives, which is wonderful, but can also be terrifying. The freedom to choose brings with it the responsibility to find our own way, and many of us haven't been taught how to do that. The interesting thing is that the search for meaning cannot be solved with a simple answer or a ready-made formula. There is no universal manual that says do X, Y, and Z, and you will find your purpose. Meaning is something deeply personal and individual. What works for one person can be completely empty for another, and that can be scary, because it means each of us needs to do this internal work of discovery. Frankl said something powerful. We should not ask what the meaning of life is, but recognize that we are the ones being questioned by life. Every situation we face is an opportunity to respond, to make a decision, to create meaning through our actions and attitudes. Meaning is not out there waiting to be discovered like buried treasure. It is created, built, woven through the choices we make every day. And there is a difficult truth we need to face. Sometimes the lack of meaning is an invitation to change. It is a sign that something in our life is not aligned with who we truly are. It might be the unsatisfying job, the unfulfilling relationships, the values we are following that are not truly ours. The void can be uncomfortable, but it can also be the starting point for deep transformation. But let's talk about something no one likes to admit. Sometimes the lack of meaning is accompanied by a dangerous comfort zone. It is easier to continue on autopilot, even unhappy, than to face the uncertainty of seeking something different. It's like being in a relationship that no longer works but is at least familiar. The pain of the known void seems more bearable than the fear of the unknown. Existential psychology teaches us that humans have a unique capacity to create meaning, even in the most adverse circumstances. Frankl, in the concentration camps, observed that those who maintained some sense of purpose, even if it was just surviving to reunite with a loved one, had a better chance of resisting. This shows us something fundamental. Meaning does not have to be grandiose or revolutionary. Sometimes it's something small, intimate, but deeply true for you. One of the most common traps is thinking we need a great life mission, something epic that justifies our existence. But the truth is that meaning can be found in the simplest things: caring for someone we love, doing a job well, creating something beautiful, contributing to the community. Meaning doesn't have to be big, it has to be genuine. And here's something important. Many people confuse happiness with meaning. But these are different things. Happiness is a temporary emotional state, while meaning is something deeper and more lasting. You can be going through a difficult time, feel pain, sadness, and still have a strong sense of purpose. Similarly, you can be apparently happy, but empty inside. The issue of lack of meaning is also deeply connected to our relationship with time. We live in a culture of instant gratification, where everything needs to happen now, fast, without effort. But the construction of meaning is a slow process, sometimes painful, requiring patience and persistence. It's like planting a tree. You don't see the results immediately, but with time and care, something significant grows. Then there's the role of suffering in this story. Our society tries to sell us the idea that we should avoid suffering at all costs, that the good life is a life without pain. But Frankl shows us something different. Suffering, when inevitable, can be a source of meaning. Not that we should seek suffering, but when we face adversity with courage and dignity, when we find a purpose even in pain, we transform suffering into something that strengthens us. Another crucial aspect is the question of authenticity. How many social masks do you wear in your daily life? How often do you act in a way that doesn't reflect who you truly are? This disconnection between who we are and who we appear to be is a gigantic source of existential emptiness. It's as if we are betraying ourselves every day, and that takes a high toll on our sense of purpose. Constant comparison with others also fuels this emptiness. On social media, we see edited versions of people's lives and compare them with our behind the scenes. We think everyone has everything figured out, that everyone knows exactly what they are doing, while we are here lost. But the truth is, everyone is trying to figure things out. Everyone has their doubts and uncertainties. The difference is that not everyone shares this publicly. Let's talk about something practical. The importance of asking the right questions. Instead of asking, "What is the meaning of life?" which is too abstract, ask more specific things. What makes me feel alive? When was the last time I lost track of time doing something? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? How do I want to be remembered? These questions bring us closer to genuine answers. Connection with others is also fundamental in the search for meaning. We are social beings by nature, and much of our purpose is related to the impact we have on other people's lives. It doesn't have to be something grand. A genuine smile, a word of support, being present for someone in a difficult moment. These human connections create webs of meaning that sustain us. There's an interesting thing about creativity. When we create something, whether it's a work of art, a song, a project, a business, or even a meal made with care, we are adding something new to the world, and that is deeply meaningful. Creation is a way of leaving our mark, of expressing our uniqueness, of contributing something that only we can offer. But we also need to talk about internal obstacles. Often, we carry limiting beliefs that prevent us from seeking meaning. I'm not good enough. It's too late to change. Who am I to want more? These internal voices are like invisible prisons we build for ourselves, and the key to escaping these prisons is to question these beliefs, to challenge these stories we tell about ourselves. The practice of gratitude can also be a powerful tool. I'm not talking about forcing toxic positivity, but genuinely recognizing the good things that already exist in your life, however small. This doesn't resolve the existential void, but it can create a foundation of support while you do the deeper work of finding your purpose. And there is something about acceptance that needs to be said. Accepting that you feel lost is not giving up. It is being honest with yourself. It is recognizing where you are so you can chart a path to where you want to go. Denial and repression only fuel the void. The courage to face the lack of meaning head-on is the first step to transforming it. Self-knowledge is essential in this process. Do you really know yourself? Do you know your fundamental values? Do you recognize your talents and passions? Do you understand your behavioral patterns? We often spend our whole lives being strangers to ourselves, living on autopilot without ever stopping to truly look within. And how will you find authentic meaning if you don't know who you are? Let's now explore a delicate territory, the relationship between work and meaning. For many, work consumes most of their time and energy. And when that work doesn't bring us fulfillment, when it's just a means of survival, a significant part of our life is emptied. I'm not saying you need to passionately love your job every day, but there needs to be some connection to your values, some meaning in what you do. Some people find meaning in causes greater than themselves. Social activism, volunteering, struggles for justice. When you feel that you are contributing to something larger, that your actions have an impact on the world, that creates a powerful sense of purpose. But it is important that it is genuine, not something you do just to feel better or for the approval of others. Spirituality, and not necessarily organized religion, can also be a source of meaning. That feeling of connection with something greater, be it nature, the universe, a transcendent force. This doesn't have to follow any specific dogma. It can be the experience of contemplating the starry sky and feeling part of something infinite. It can be meditation, prayer, or simply moments of silence and reflection. But there is an interesting paradox in this search. The more obsessively you search for meaning, the more it seems to escape. It's like trying to fall asleep. The more you force it, the more awake you stay. Meaning often emerges when we stop desperately searching and start simply living, engaging, creating. It is a more organic than mechanical process. Let's talk about something many avoid: mortality. The awareness that we will die can be terrifying, but it can also be liberating. When we truly understand that our time is limited, superficial things lose importance, and what really matters becomes clearer. Death, paradoxically, can teach us a lot about how to live with more meaning. Flow experiences, those moments when you are so absorbed in an activity that you lose track of time, are important clues as to where your meaning might lie. Pay attention. When do you experience flow? What were you doing? Who were you with? These experiences reveal activities that are aligned with your capabilities and passions. Another crucial point is the role of conscious choices. Every decision we make is an opportunity to create meaning. choosing to wake up earlier, to do something that matters to you, choosing to say no to things that are not aligned with your values, choosing to invest time in genuine relationships. Meaning is built through these small daily decisions, and we cannot ignore the impact of trauma and unresolved emotional wounds. Sometimes the lack of meaning is a symptom of deep pains that have never been adequately processed. Traumatic experiences can create a fog that obscures our ability to see meaning. In these cases, seeking professional help is not weakness, it is an act of courage and self-care. Nature also plays an interesting role in this story. Studies show that spending time in nature can have profound effects on our psychological well-being. There is something about being in contact with natural elements that reconnects us with something essential. Perhaps it is the simplicity, the beauty, the different rhythm of the natural world that pulls us out of the modern life hamster wheel. Let's talk about community. Humans are tribal beings. We need belonging, connection with a group that shares values or goals. The lack of genuine community is one of the great wounds of modern society. Many of us live in isolation, surrounded by people, but profoundly alone. Finding or creating your community can be transformative. There is also the question of legacy. What do you want to leave behind? I'm not necessarily talking about something grand that will be remembered for generations. It could be the impact you had on a few specific lives, the values you passed on, the kindness you spread. Legacy is about how our actions reverberate beyond ourselves. And here's something few people talk about. Sometimes the lack of meaning is a luxury. When we are struggling to survive, to put food on the table, to protect loved ones, we don't have much time for existential questions. The void often arises when our basic needs are met, but we still feel that something is missing. This does not invalidate the suffering, but it puts things in perspective. The journey of self-development can also be deceptive. It's easy to fall into the trap of always searching for the next technique, the next book, the next course, as if the answer is always ahead. But sometimes, what we need is not more information, but to implement what we already know, to stop consuming and start creating, to stop searching and start building. Let's address something important: the difference between having goals and having purpose. Goals are endpoints, getting that job, buying that house, reaching that weight. Purpose is the direction. It is the why behind the actions. You can achieve all your goals and still feel empty if there isn't a greater purpose giving meaning to the journey. And there's the issue of vulnerability. Our society values strength, independence, having all the answers. But admitting that you are lost, that you don't know what to do, that you need help, that requires tremendous courage. And it is precisely in this vulnerability that genuine connections can happen, that real growth can emerge. We arrive at a crucial point: action. You can have all the insights in the world, you can deeply understand the psychology of lack of meaning, but if there is no action, nothing changes. And it doesn't have to be a revolutionary action. Sometimes it's just taking a small step in the direction of something that resonates with you. Writing a page, making that call, trying that activity. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. A powerful technique is what I call existential experimentation. Instead of trying to discover your purpose through pure reflection, try different things. Volunteer in different areas. Learn new skills. Talk to people from worlds different from yours. Every experience is a data point that helps you map what resonates and what doesn't resonate with you. There is also the value of having mentors or role models. People who live in a way you admire, who seem to have found their path. Not to copy their life, but to understand the principles that guide them. How do they make decisions? How do they deal with adversity? What motivates them? These observations can illuminate your own path. Let's talk about something practical: creating personal rituals. Rituals are different from routines. Routines are mechanical. Rituals are intentional and loaded with meaning. It might be a morning walk where you reflect on the day. It might be a moment of gratitude before bed. It might be a creation ritual where you dedicate time to something you love. These rituals create anchoring points of meaning in your day. Writing can also be a transformative tool. I'm not talking about writing to publish or for others to read, but about writing to process your thoughts and emotions. The act of putting what is inside you onto paper can bring clarity, reveal patterns, and be cathartic. It's like talking to yourself in a deeper way. And there is something about accepting impermanence. Nothing is permanent, not even the emptiness you feel now. Everything is in constant change and transformation. This may seem like a scary truth, but it can also be liberating. It means you are not stuck in this state forever. It means there is always the possibility of transformation. Another important aspect is establishing healthy boundaries, learning to say no to things that drain your energy without adding meaning, protecting your time and space for things that truly matter. We often feel a lack of meaning because we are living the life others expect of us, not the life we want for ourselves. So let's address the issue of perfection. Many people don't start seeking their purpose because they think they need to have everything figured out first, that they need the perfect plan. But the truth is that the path is made by walking. You don't need to have all the answers before taking the first step. Clarity comes with action, not before it. There is also the power of surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. The people you spend time with deeply influence how you see the world and yourself. If you are surrounded by cynical, negative people who live on autopilot, it is much harder to find meaning. Seek connections with people who are also in search of growth and meaning. And we cannot forget self-care. It is difficult to seek meaning when you are exhausted, neglecting your physical and mental health. Sleeping well, eating nutritiously, moving your body, these are not luxuries, they are foundations. You don't build a house without a solid base. And you don't build a meaningful life without taking care of yourself. Let's talk about something many ignore: the importance of rest and leisure, contemplation, non-productivity. Our culture glorifies constant productivity, but it is in moments of pause that deep insights emerge. It is when you stop doing that you can start being. It is in silence that you hear your inner voice. Creative leisure is not a waste of time. It is an investment in clarity. Another crucial point is to forgive yourself. Many people carry guilt and shame about lost time, about past choices, about not having discovered their purpose sooner. But this weight only keeps you stuck. Forgiving yourself, recognizing that you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time, is liberating. There is something about the practice of compassion, both for yourself and for others. When you develop compassion, you naturally find more meaning in human connections. You become more present, more empathetic, more capable of seeing the humanity in the people around you. And this creates a sustaining network of meaning. And let's address something fundamental: the acceptance that perhaps there will never be a definitive answer. Perhaps the search for meaning is a continuous process, not a final destination. Perhaps the question is not about finding meaning, but creating meaning continuously through how we live. This shift in perspective can relieve the pressure and allow you to live more authentically. Finally, I want you to understand something important. If you are questioning the meaning of life, that is not a sign of weakness or that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that you are alive, conscious, searching for something deeper. This questioning is the starting point for a more authentic and meaningful life. The journey to find meaning is not easy, it is not linear, and it is definitely not fast. There will be days when you feel like you are moving forward and days when it seems like you are back to square one. But every step, every experience, every reflection is part of the process. You are building something, even when you can't see the complete result yet. And remember, you don't have to make this journey alone. Seeking professional help, talking to trusted friends, joining communities of people who share your searches, all of this can make a difference. We are relational beings, and it is in connections that we often find the mirrors that help us see ourselves more clearly. The existential void you feel now may seem like an enemy, but perhaps it is a messenger. Perhaps it is life calling you to something greater, more authentic, more aligned with who you truly are. Courage is not the absence of fear or uncertainty, it is acting despite them, and you have that courage within you. If this video resonated with you in any way, if it made you reflect or feel that you are not alone on this journey, leave that like down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next content, because we will continue exploring these profound themes of psychology and human existence together. Thank you for staying with me until the end for this deep reflection. Remember, the search for meaning is one of the most important journeys you can undertake in your life, and the simple fact that you are here, watching this, reflecting on these questions is already a step in the right direction. I'll see you in the next video. A hug and see you soon.